Welcome to the show. What up? What up? Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Let's go. Episode 36. Let's go. Canteen Sports Show. Yeah, let's go. All right, thank you to all the members. We have 252 members in the Facebook group. We got 16 on the YouTube. Go ahead and go over there and show us some love on the YouTube channel. Subscribe over there. Help us out. We appreciate you. Starting up our next show. Everything is exciting. Canteen, college football, NBA's kicking in, NFL playoffs. It's all coming. Brought to you by Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Looker TV. We're also on Twitter, coming on live. We appreciate everybody. Thanks for like, sharing, subscribe, doing all that good stuff. We appreciate you. Make sure you watch this on the replay. Go ahead and comment and do all that good stuff. Of course, the lines won't be open. Only open on the live show. So we open up on the lines. If you see this on the repeat, the phone lines will not be open on the repeats because, of course, it's recorded, right? All right. Yeah. Welcome to the show. Episode 36, Canteen.
36, bro.
Yeah. So how's your week been, brother?
Man, it's been a really good week, man. Kind of trying to get back in the group after the holidays, man. But
right.
It's been good though, bro. We got some good football, basketball, CFP.
Yeah, you doing a little shopping earlier, huh?
Yeah, a little shopping out and about, man. But
yeah, okay.
I'm ready
how'd that go? Ready for the night?
Money.
This is it, man. This is the last week of the NFL.
Week 18, bro. Week 18.
Monday's a big week.
This week.
Monday's a big week for you. A big day. Monday night, right? Shout out. Hey, all right. So speaking of Monday, we got the college football championship. All SEC championship once again. Georgia versus Alabama, number 1 versus number 3. They're in Indianapolis. Alabama feasted on the Bulldogs 41-24 in the SEC championship game. And then in the championship series, Alabama knocked off Cincinnati 27-6. In the semifinal, in Georgia trampled all over Michigan 34-11, setting up the rematch. I think a lot of people suspected this. I thought maybe Michigan would give a better game, but once they fell behind, it was hard for them to come back.
Compete, bro.
And Kirby Smart, during his coaching tenure at Georgia, he's 0-4 against his former boss, Nick Saban. So he's fond to remind his teams of his shortfalls against the Tide. He's always talked about it. So, but here we go. It's going to be another battle. Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs. Bryce Young was the Heisman Trophy winner. He passed for 421 yards and 3 touchdowns to Jamison Williams, who had 6 interceptions, 184 yards, and 2 scores, as they easily defeated Georgia the first time. So, y'all didn't play good defense. Y'all didn't show the number 1 defense that you were that game. What's going to change this time? What do you expect this time? The Alabama just dismantled that defense and made them look below average. What do you got going on? What's going to happen this time in the national championship game on Monday night?
Monday night.
What's going to happen? What do you think? What do you got? I mean, just give me a score. Let me know what's going to happen.
All right, man. So I've been I tried to hold out, man, but
you didn't hold out very good.
I didn't, man. I like Georgia in this thing, man. Right now, we're the 2.5 point favorite at this point, man. I like what Stetson Bennett has brought to the table, man. I mean, originally, me and Jay Doss said like horrible things about this.
Where's Barrett?
And man,
y'all wanted Barrett to come in, right? Y'all kind of hope.
We wanted JT Daniels.
That's right. Daniels to come in.
Daniels, but man, if I look at Bennett's numbers on the season, 160 for 261. Oh, cat's throwing over 2,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But if you look at Bryce on paper, Bryce Young looks hella good.
Right.
Man, Robinson and Williams, these guys look hella good on paper, man. So I'm a Georgia fan in my heart, man. As I told you earlier, man, I tried my best, bro, to kind of just keep my
Keep it
mouth
down.
closed, man. But
Right.
man, like I have people provoking me and people that come at me in all sorts of shapes, sizes, and directions, man. So
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I like Georgia based off of their defense, and I think Georgia's gonna win by 14 points on Monday night, man.
Okay.
I think
14
it's time
points. Wow.
to turn it, man. The final score will be 34-20 Georgia.
34-20 Georgia. Okay. So you trust now you and Jay Doss and all the Georgia fans, you guys trust Stetson Bennett now. You guys trust Stetson Bennett to win that national championship for you or help you win. He played well in the Michigan game, but to me he seems like he's always been a little inconsistent. What do you think?
Bro, I think he's consistent, man. I like what I saw the last game. 2 times is a charm, man. You beat me 1 time, cool, but you're not gonna beat me twice. You beat me once, but you're not gonna beat me again, man. And I think Kirby Smart and his guys have had a lot of time to understand and evaluate Nick Saban and what they've done and what they're doing, man, bro. I will be honest. Like I said, I like Georgia 34-20. I think Georgia's gonna hoist the national championship trophy. We haven't won one. I wasn't even born when the last time they won the national championship, which was in 1980, bro. So it's time for a change, and I feel that the change has come. I want to say we might beat them by 21, but that's too much, and I ain't gonna talk too much more trash about it. Monday night will speak for itself.
34-20. You're gonna let the field on the play speaks for itself, huh?
That's it, bro. We're gonna make it happen.
Okay. All right. I don't know. It's a tough one for me because I expected more out of you guys in the SEC championship game. I expect you guys to play better. Stetson Bennett hasn't impressed me. 2,600 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's had a probably, I would say, average or below average year. Your best rushing attack is Zamir White, 772 yards, compared to Alabama has Brian Robertson, who's got 1,269 yards. Your best receiver, you guys got Brock Bowers. That's your best receiver, 846. And they have Jameson Williams, who's 1,500 yards.
Williams,
yeah, he's a quick guy, fast guy. Bryce Young, I think, he can run around a little bit. That's what's gonna get you guys. I think if you guys can keep him contained. You guys have played great defense. Some could say that maybe because of your schedule. I mean, you guys always have a good defense, but because of your schedule, and you had a big game against Clemson early, but Clemson turns out they weren't that good this year. You haven't played anybody that's been that good. Arkansas was number 8 when you played them, but they turn out they're not that great either. Kentucky, Kentucky was overperforming for this year.
Florida was subpar.
And then when you played Alabama, you get wiped out 24-41. But on the backside of that, the Orange Bowl, you guys played really well against Michigan, and I think that's your best. Other than Alabama, Michigan was probably the best team you played all year, and you handled them pretty good. So I can't totally dismiss Georgia. I think the key to you guys is that you guys have to stay focused and don't get behind. Right, you guys can't get behind against Alabama.
We got to start out winning and keep the lead.
Yeah, you got to start out and keep it close into halftime. If you guys are close in halftime, something like a 10-14, even if you guys are losing, I think you guys will be okay. I think the tough part is if you get behind, kind of like Michigan with you guys. I think as long as you guys can keep it close, early especially. I think early is the key. If you guys fall down early, I think that's gonna be painful for you guys. I don't think you guys have the offense to really kick it in gear and be able to
we gotta start
come
out,
from behind.
We got to start out winning, putting points on the board, and keep the lead. If I'm Georgia, I'd rather defer until halftime, Let
Right.
Alabama get the ball first, kind of see what your defense can do against their offense. First
Right.
drive, and then kind of go that route, man.
Right.
I would rather be in position to get the ball after halftime. But as you said, man, we have to be able to put points up, capitalize on our defense in order for us to win. If we go in after halftime losing, it's going to be hard for us to come back and win.
Right.
Simple.
Yep. And I think that the fact that you guys, the thing that's going to hurt you is that you guys are like 56th in the country in rushing. And if you guys get a lead, I don't know if you guys can continue to kill the clock or run the ball. I think Alabama will be able to come back. I think you guys will have to get a big lead, like you said, maybe a 14-point lead before you guys can really effectively put the game away. If you guys stay in a close game the whole game, it doesn't look good for you guys. I don't think. I think if you guys are in a close game, I trust Bryce Young more than I trust Stetson Bennett, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you guys are in a close game where it's back and forth, I think Bryce Young ends up winning the game because I don't know that Stetson Bennett can win you the game in a close game. I think.
Yeah, close, man. I think it's tight.
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys jump on them and stay on them, I think you guys will be all right. And I think, Alabama still has the ability to come back with that offense with Bryce Young, some of those receivers, and that running game. They have the ability to come back, but you guys need to jump on them early and just put the pressure on them. And then your defense needs to and the defense needs to step up. This time. And I think you guys feel the pressure. The defense feels the pressure. Considering how they performed last time against Alabama, I think they feel like they need to make up a little bit. So I think your defense will be motivated to go in there and stop Alabama. But in a close game, I'm going to go with Bryce. You know what? I'm going to say it's going to be a close game, man. Closer than 14 points.
The 30-20, you think that's too outrageous?
Yeah, I think that's outrageous, man. That's outrageous.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? I think if you guys win, that's how you're going to win. You're going to win like that. If it's a close game where it's back and forth, man, I don't see you winning.
If it's a 3 to 7 point margin, it's going to be hard for Georgia. Georgia got to put numbers on the board for them to win.
Yeah, because I don't trust your offense. I don't trust Stetson Bennett to win that kind of game. I think if you guys get up early, maybe you get a couple of big plays and score and kind of jump on them early and make Alabama come from behind. I think that's your best bet. And let that defense put the clamps on Alabama a little bit and try and make some stops. Yeah. So I think I still think Alabama is. I still feel like they're going to win this game. Oh man. I'm gonna go something like. Let me see, 20, 26. Man, I'm gonna give you a little credit, but I'm gonna go 38-26 Alabama. 38-26 Alabama. Yeah, that's what I mean. I just can't. I don't trust your offense, and I think your defense just plays lights out. I mean, defense just shows up and just puts the clamps down. I just can't see it. I can't see Georgia winning unless the defense puts the clamps on Alabama. So we'll see what happens. That's what I got. Let us know what you got on the national championship coming up on Monday, 7 p.m. ESPN. You guys are 2.5 point. I would take the points on that one. I would say Alabama wins outright on that one. It'll probably be close. I think it might be closer than what I'm saying, but I'm just thinking 38-26, and I think Alabama maybe Georgia gives a late field goal trying to come back. I just think Alabama's going to jump on you guys early, and it's going to be hard for you guys to come back.
And so that's what I said, man. I said if I'm Georgia, defer, man. Let your defense see what the offense is working with the first series drive or whatever, first drive, and then if you are down, you can come back and try to cap. But I would much rather be going in leading the game than to be down at halftime.
Right.
From Georgia.
I mean, I think you guys will be okay if you're down, as long as you're down and it's close within 3 points or less.
3 to 7
you guys are down, and it's close. I think you guys still have a chance. You know what I mean? I think you guys can keep. It's just I don't think you can keep the whole game close like that. I think you guys are going to. You guys don't have that kind of offense that can go back and forth with Alabama. I think you got to get a couple of big plays and jump on them. To me, the best scenario for you guys is you guys to be up 20-7 at halftime. You guys to have a big lead at halftime and then hold off Alabama in the second half. Continue to score and just go.
Yeah.
Then you can go back and forth with them, right? Then you can score and then they can score. You can score and they can score, and then you've got some cushion. I think if you guys are up big at halftime, I think that's your best bet to win this game. If you guys are up big at halftime, something like 21-7, 21-10 even, I think you guys can pull it out. But if it's a close game at halftime, I kind of give it to Alabama. Or if you guys are down big, it's I think it's over. I don't think you guys can come back if you guys get down big in the first half.
If it's a huge deficit, man, I have no faith in them coming back, man.
Right. I think if you keep it close, you still have a chance. But I think you guys, to really have a legitimate chance, this is my opinion, you guys got to be up big at halftime, 24-10, something like that.
Right.
You guys got to be up big, and hope to close it out at the end of the game, and just hold them off, and just continue to score, whether it's field goals or touchdowns. Just continue to score, and make them catch up, and you guys continue to score, and that's your best chance. All right, let us know what you think in the comments. Who do you think is going to win on Monday night? National championship, big game. Now, we might do a game. I'm trying to see if I'm working on Monday. We might do a pregame for that national championship. We'll see.
I'm down for it. I am.
All right. All right, let's talk a little NBA. Little NBA action. Kyrie Irving played his first road game the other day. He played really well. I think he had like 23 points. He had like 10 points in the fourth quarter. He played really well, was really aggressive. He basically helped finish that game. The Nets were in a little bit of a slump at that point. The question is, is this possibly Kyrie coming in, being able to play those road games? Is this possibly able to push the Nets, over the top? What do you think?
I mean, right now at this point, man, the Lakers, not the Lakers, the Nets, my bad. Nets are 24-13, 2.5 games behind the Bulls. If you have a guy perform the way that Kyrie performed every night on the floor, I think that makes a difference.
Well, it's only on road games. It'd only be on road games.
So that's what I'm saying. If he's only playing on the road, man, that's not conducive for you to be successful, man. Because it's just kind of like you got Kevin Durant and all the other guys playing, but then you just bring Kyrie on the road and he's not playing at home, and it's not there. To me, there's no balance and there's no consistency in order for you to really thrive and do what you need to do. So I think it's good for road games, but as far as the long haul, I don't see it being something that is good that's going to be beneficial to the team, because it's kind of like he's one of your key players, and if you only have him at certain times, then how is he going to be effective for the entire team for you to win?
So you don't think he can help them win the championship just by playing road games?
No, because like if they go to the finals, right? He can only play on the road, so if it's 7 games, depending on how the Brooklyn seed and whoever's from the West, even in the playoffs, to me it doesn't add up, man.
Doesn't add up.
No, man.
You think he eventually gets gets the vaccination? I mean, because there was a couple of people that were holding out. I think Wiggins was one of them, but they ended up getting the vaccine, because that's the NBA's protocol. You have to be vaccinated. We're not necessarily talking about whether it's right or wrong, but I'm saying that's the NBA's rules. You think he eventually just?
And then when you dealing with the vaccine, you dealing with
right, because after the game, he seemed to be really happy. He was like really content, like he was happy that he was back with his teammates playing again. He seemed, energized, and was really, just seemed happy that he was playing again. Do you think at some point maybe he acquiesces and goes ahead and gets what he needs to get, just so he can play?
Hopefully, if it's taking this guy to really figure out what he wants to do. I mean, if everybody else is taking the vaccine and COVID has been around almost 2 years, it's kind of like, brother, you either are or you ain't. And so, I mean, he's dealing with his own livelihood. He's dealing with his own finance and different things like that. So,
and part of his argument was that he was doing it in part to kind of for those people that didn't want to and were losing their jobs, basically because they didn't want to take that vaccine.
I dig that, but his profession has been a professional basketball player, and if you're only beneficial to me when you're on the road, Like that.
So do you think he loses credibility with those guys, with those people, if he takes the vaccine, or you think they'd understand? I think they would tend to understand, but I mean, he's
I
held
think they'll
out this long.
understand. I think they'll understand about the vaccine, but like I said, he won't be a conducive part of the team, man. Because like I said, he's only playing on the road, Flo.
So you're saying, as just a road player, there's no way this helps the Nets win or even advance far into the playoffs.
Okay, so if he's a key player, all right, let's look at this. The Nets play the Spurs tomorrow at home, so he won't be there. He'll get to go on the road when they play Trailblazers, Bulls, Thunder come to town. He can't play, so it's like it's awful.
But then look at that stretch. He plays after that. He has the Cavaliers, Wizards, Spurs, and Timberwolves. 4 games in a row on the road.
So I mean,
he could probably play all those games. But that's what I'm saying.
Lakers come to town. He can be able to play.
Right.
Lakers, Nuggets, the Warriors. I mean, they go to the Warriors, so he's good.
I think this could work. I don't know if it'll help, if it'll win them a championship. I think they can make it to the Eastern Conference Championship this way. I think this can push them to close to the top. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if they can win. Just because you're talking about, you're gonna have to play either the Jazz, the Suns, or the Warriors, and those teams are tough. You're not gonna be able to just play road games on those. You know what I'm saying?
You can't,
so
man.
I think the NBA championship. I think they could get there with Kyrie doing it this way, but I don't know if they could win the championship with Kyrie just playing on the road.
If you're playing the Suns, and then the Suns got the better record, they're gonna do what? 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, right? Something like that.
Yeah, it'll be how do they do it now? Yeah, it's 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Yeah, that's how they do it.
1, 1, 1. So if the Suns got a better record, first 2 at the Suns, so he'll play there. Then they go back to Brooklyn.
Well, I mean, in the end, in that scenario, it helps that the Nets would have a worse record and be on the road for Game 7, because then you got Kyrie for that last game. So I mean, in the I don't know. So I think it'd be tough to win the championship against either the Suns or the Warriors. Even I think it would be tough to win that championship game without Kyrie for all 7 games. So, I mean, I think this helps him. I don't know if he's going to end up... part of me wants him to go ahead and just get the vaccine. I mean, whatever, if you like it or don't like it. I mean, I don't necessarily say you should be mandated. We don't want to get into that. But I just for basketball, entertainment purposes, I think I wish he would get it just so that he could play full-time and we could see what the Nets can do. You know what I'm saying?
It makes all the sense in the world for him to play full time, man.
Right. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully he gets it. I mean, just for the NBA season, I think it would be more entertaining that way. All right. So the Bulls now, like you were talking, we're the number 1 seed in the East right now. Are the Bulls, in your opinion, are the Bulls contenders or pretenders at this point? I mean, we're talking about. Let's see. We are 26, 36. We're a third of the way in. I mean, we're getting to about halfway in. You get to about 40 games. Well, once you get to about 41 games, you're about halfway through the season. We're getting pretty close to that. The All-Star break's coming up soon. I mean, at this point, what do you think? Are they really contenders, or are they just pretenders? I mean, for the Bulls.
All right, bro. So we look at our top 7 in the East: Bulls, Nets, Bucks, Heat, 76ers, Cavaliers, Raptors. The Bulls are definitely 6-10. They're a contender, man.
They're a contender?
If you look at their roster, man, you got Ball, Lonzo Ball, you got DeMar DeRozan, man. These guys, Jordan Bell,
Zach LaVine.
Levine, UCLA guys. So you got Levine and you got Lonzo Ball out of UCLA. These guys are putting.
Yeah, he was the big slam dunk guy for a while.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine, remember the big slam dunk? Yeah. So, and they got a good center. They got Nikolai. Is it Vucevic? He's 6'10". Yeah, he's a solid center for them, which you need. I think you need in the East. Yeah. He's getting you 15 points and 11 rebounds. So he's a solid guy in the middle for you. I mean, he's not dominant, but he's solid, giving you solid minutes, solid rebounds. So
and then, like I said, man, the Bulls.
Alex Caruso's hurt right now, but when he comes back, that you got Alex Caruso. He's a good defender. He can come off the bench once he heals up. I think he's injured right now.
Yeah,
but Tony Bradley. He helped the Lakers win their championship. With LeBron.
Yeah.
Alex Caruso's a keep guy. I think Javonte Green, when he comes back, he's gonna be able to contribute. I think he's injured right now as well. So, man, I think they're legit contenders. I think that you're talking about 40 games into the season. I think the Bulls might rake a run. I don't know if they end up the number 1 seed, but I could see them being in the top 3. I could see them being in the top 3 seeds, one of the top 3 seeds, either finishing second or third behind either the Nets or the Bucks. I think that the Bulls are legitimate contenders. I don't think they can go. I don't feel like they can. You feel like they can go to the championship game, or you feel like they're just going to be a tough play.
I mean, right now they look really good, man. I think they can make a run, but I always got a question mark behind.
You don't see them being in the NBA finals. Can you see them in the finals?
They have a chance.
Okay,
but like I said, man,
so they have a chance.
Behind Giannis, man. I like Giannis.
Right.
The Bucks, they look good too. So
right.
I mean, it's one of them things at this point, man.
So you feel you give the Bulls a shot to make it to the NBA Finals, but it's an outside chance. What you're saying?
Yeah,
for the Bulls.
Like that, yeah. For the Bulls at this point, yeah.
Okay, I see that. I could see that. I think they have a better chance if they end up the number 1 seed. I think that gives them a better chance. It's going to be tough.
They'll play the 7th seed, right?
Yeah, they would play the 7th seed, which either be
so right now the Raptors
or the Hornets, because they're going to have a play-in. Yeah, you have those play-in games at the end. So it'll be the Raptors or the Hornets, probably, maybe the Wizards. But I don't know. I think if they can finish in the number 1 seed, I think they have a chance to make it. They continue to gel. They've played really well. Man, let me see here. Do they have any games coming up today? There's a lot of NBA action. They're not playing today.
The Bulls got the Hornets.
Yeah.
The Bulls got the.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan's averaging 26 points. I mean, they're 7th in points, and they're 13th in points against. So they're playing decent defense. They have their 6th in turnovers, but they're in the middle of the pack in rebounds. But they shoot the ball really well. They're 47% field goal percentage, and they shoot 81% from the line. So it seems like most of them are good free throw shooters, and that's key in the playoffs.
They better make those free throws, man. Drop those buckets.
Right. They're 11th in steals right now. So they're playing good defense on top of having a decent offense. So they're going to be a tough get. I think once everybody's healthy, DeMar DeRozan, he did something for the first time last week. I think he had 2 back-to-back game winners. DeMar DeRozan, which has never been done supposedly in the NBA. I would have thought that would have been done by now, but no one's ever done back-to-back game winners in the NBA. He's the first guy to do that. That's kind of amazing that's never happened. But interesting. I mean, I think DeMar DeRozan has been revitalized, going there to the Bulls, and I think they have good chemistry right now. So I do give them a shot to make it to the NBA Finals. I'm not saying they will, but they have a chance. All right, NFL time, baby. All right, the thing everybody's talking about, Canteen. AB walking off. Oh my God. AB walking off and taking his shirt off and doing all that. He puts out some statements about his health and injury. The Bucks and Bruce Arians, and even putting Tom Brady in there. The Bucks respond. They eventually release him. They're still going back and forth. Who's right? Who's wrong here? I don't know. What? Come all this. What are your thoughts on all this whole AB thing? Antonio Brown. Hey, what happened, brother? Where'd you go? Oh, you jumped out. I didn't see you. What happened?
I dropped off, my bad, man.
Oh, okay.
fell off.
Did you hear me talk about AB?
Yeah, man. So we're talking Antonio Brown, bro.
What's that
So
whole? What's
let
gonna
let
hang? But what's happening there, or what's the deal?
let me rewind back, man, to my my initial response. I thought he was a dirtbag, horrible, this bad person, X, Y, and Z, man. Then all the allegations came out about his ankle was hurt, this, that, the fifth, and then now they waived him, they cut him, this, that, all that stuff. So when I look at Antonio Brown, look at a guy like this. The guy has a track record, man. This guy's
Uh-huh.
lost millions of dollars in the National Football League by doing stupid stuff. You play for Mike Tomlin. This guy has been coaching for 15 years. Ain't lost a season. You have issues there. Okay, we move you to Oakland. You got issues there. So Mike Tomlin and then John Gruden. Gruden, great coach. Issues with Gruden. Okay, you lost over $30 million there. They cut you, release you, then you go play for Tom Brady. Tom Brady in New England. Then
Yeah, he plays with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
go there. Things don't work out. And then Bruce Arians. They sign you. You win a Super Bowl, man. And so a lot of people have said it's about incentives. So the only reason they sign somebody on an incentive-based contract or a contract the way they sign Antonio Brown is they don't know if they want to pay you a lot of money for a long period of time if you're worth all that. So I
Because
understand.
a lot of it is just history. A lot when they do those incentives,
Right.
they're not sure you're going to produce. You're not going to do something crazy, and which he did anyway. But that you're not going to. They want him to perform and be a good soldier. Go in there and do his job.
Right.
Bless you.
So, man, thank you, man. So, I mean, this guy to me, man, I'm a Shannon Sharp person. I love Shannon Sharp with a depth from the bottom of my heart, man.
Right.
It has to be some personal accountability, man. This guy is a 33-year-old man. He's immature in so many ways, but I'm glad they cut him. Whatever he's going to get his contract is going to happen, man, but somebody else will pick him up. He's a hot commodity. He's just that good, but if you're going to pick him up, you have to be willing to pick him up with his baggage and all his issues. His track record speaks for itself. I believe a person can change and make a difference and do great things, but he just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, man.
Right. So, yeah, it's difficult just because, I was discussing this at work, and they're like, well, what if this time he's telling the truth, and this and that? Because I always say, hey, look at his track record, look at what he's done, and every place he's gone, there's been issues.
Bro.
So if there's a problem every place you go, maybe you're the problem.
You are the problem.
What I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Maybe you're the problem. I mean, I don't know. Some people talk about he's trying to blow up the system. He's trying to he's trying to do it so he can blow up and fight against the system, so to speak. I don't know what system he's talking about. I mean, the NFL, people, there's a lot of people making a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what exactly what system he's trying to fight, but it's just interesting that he just continues to have problems no matter where he goes. You get a soldier in the military, you get into problems, you get into trouble. They move you to another unit, you get in trouble.
Right.
I mean, is the unit the problem? Is the army the problem, or is it you're the problem?
The soldier the problem.
Yeah. It's just a tough thing to see. I mean, maybe he is injured this time. Maybe everything he's saying is legit, but it's just so hard to believe him.
It's hard
considering his track record. I mean, I don't think you remember the story where he was in a hotel and he throws all the furniture out the window and almost hits a kid down below. I mean, what are you doing? And then he doesn't want to pay a Guerrero, Brady's guy, because he said he didn't, services weren't rendered, so he wants his money back. And then he puts his account number online. I mean, what are you doing, bro? I mean, what's going on? And then he doesn't want to pay that chef his money, so the chef calls him out on the vaccine card that he made up a vaccine card and he forged one. I mean, it just so many things have happened that it's hard to take him serious and believe what is going on. I hope he's okay. I want the best for him. I mean, he's made a lot of money, So it's not like he shouldn't really be hurting unless he's just squandered all his money. So that's a tough one, man. We'll see what happens, man. It's just going back and forth, putting things out there. So, all right, one of the MVP voters came out saying Aaron Rodgers was a bad guy and he's never going to give him a vote. And he even said from the beginning of the year he was never going to vote for him. Rodgers responds calling him a bum, saying to decide before the season, and he doesn't even know him. He's a bum for that. What do you think, Canteen? What about this reporter saying he's not going to vote for him, and Rodgers responding there?
Man, I kind of skimmed over that whole deal, man, the whole MVP thing. I think Rodgers is a contender for the MVP, but I have another kid in my mind that I think that should be the MVP. This other kid has had a phenomenal year. So I haven't really tracked the whole story with Aaron Rodgers and this reporter. You want me to tell you who I think?
Well, basically, the reporter said he thought Aaron Rodgers was a bad guy and he was never going to vote for him.
Based off him being a bad guy?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, he said from the beginning of the season he was never going to vote for him, no matter what he did. And then Aaron Rodgers comes out saying he's a bum.
Yeah, so man, my comments, my judgment is reserved against this whole thing, man. So this reporter doesn't even have an actual vote on the MVP.
He does have a vote. He has a vote. Yeah, this guy has a vote, and he said from the get-go he was never going to vote for him.
And just say the guy's a bum based off of what?
Based off the fact he said from the beginning of the season he wasn't going to vote for Aaron Rodgers, and he doesn't even know him. That he had decided before the season that he wasn't voting for Aaron Rodgers.
So
that's what makes him a bum.
I think this guy's an idiot. So you're gonna tell me you're not gonna vote for me based off of I have good
stats, he thinks he's a bad guy. He thinks no, he's a bad guy. You don't like him as a person.
Man, listen, I can't argue that guy, man.
I think his problem. I think the where he messed up whoever this voter is. I can't remember his name. I didn't get his name, but why do you bring that up? Why are you gonna say that? Just don't vote for him, right? Why are you gonna come out and say I was never gonna vote for him? To me, that loses your. To me, that's your credibility is gone because you're basically saying you weren't gonna vote for him no matter what. You were not going to vote for Aaron Rodgers. And, like the MVP is a little different from the NBA because, the NBA, you get I think 1 through 5, you could get to vote who's your first, who's your number 2. For the MVP, you get one vote and that's it. Whoever gets the most votes. So it's a little different in the NFL. So I just think it's crazy. It's crazy that the guy would come out and actually say that he was never going to vote for him. I don't know if I'd call him a bum, but that's definitely, shady.
Like a clown, man.
To have a vote and then automatically decide, no matter what Aaron Rodgers does, that you're not going to vote for him. You got to be able to separate the NFL player from the person, right? You got to.
That's personal, yeah.
Yeah, because the guy on the field, there is something, with some character things, and that you can't be out there and be a criminal and win the MVP. I get that, but at the same time, you got to. If you perform on the field, it shouldn't matter that you like him or you like his, whatever his political stances or his opinions. Right. If he deserves it on the field, then you shouldn't punish him because you don't like his personality or whatever. So that's kind of weird. I don't know. He was dumb for even saying it. So, all right, the reporters. There's another reporter that's stating that. I can't remember. It was a female reporter. She's well known. I don't remember her name, but she stated that Baker Mayfield was not happy with the play calling this year, and if things didn't change, he's going to ask for a trade. Baker responds by stating that she was just looking to put out clickbait and not reporting the facts, and that she's just trying to put food on her table. That she's just lying to put food on her table. So what about this? What do you think? What's going on there?
Man, so this is all. It just sounds so dumb that. I think Baker Mayfield has been happy, and I think he's felt good about the season and what the Browns have produced, man. This whole thing about this lady, they're not going to trade Baker Mayfield for one thing.
Well, a lot of people are backing her up, saying that she's a credible reporter. If she's saying this, she heard it from somebody within the organization.
Man,
That she doesn't just go out there and report faulty stuff is what I'm saying. That she's a credible reporter. Then this is what she got, but Baker's saying she's lying. So I don't know.
I'm gonna go with Baker, man. I'm gonna have to take Baker on this one, man, because
Okay,
I feel like I feel like they're gonna re-sign Baker Mayfield, man, and it's
he's
not
got a
his fault.
fifth-year option.
Yeah, the 5th-year option. So I feel like he's had a pretty decent year, and
He's been hurt.
yeah, on and off. And so, who do they got tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh, they got the Bengals tomorrow,
Oh yeah, they done.
but they're out. I mean, the Browns are out. I don't think Baker's not even playing. I think he's gonna have surgery.
Yeah, shoulder surgery or something like that. So
Yeah, he's not even playing tomorrow. So
man,
I tend to think that there's some truth to it. I don't know who he told this to. I don't know if he actually said he was going to ask for a trade, or I don't know if he was saying off the cuff, to somebody, and somebody overheard it, and then it got reported. I think there's some credibility to it. I just don't think Baker should have responded to her by calling her basically saying she's a liar, or saying she's trying to put food on her table, that she's just putting out clickbait. I mean, he could have just said, I'm not going to respond, or I don't have any comments to that. I'm trying to focus on, on my surgery and recovering and things like that, and get ready for next year. I think he should have just basically just bypassed it. I don't think he should have responded to this, and now he's made it a bigger deal than it had to be. I think, he could have just said, I really don't have a comment for that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he should have said. I think sometimes he responds to everything too much. He responds to things that he shouldn't respond to. And so I think he should have just said, look, I'm worried about my shoulder. I'm going to get surgery, and I'm worried about going on to next year and trying to have it, improve for next year. I have no comment about these, this reporter and what they had to say. So that's what I think. I think this should have happened. All right, picks of the week 18, picks of the week. Looking at the Patriots at the Dolphins. The Dolphins are 6-point favorites. A loss to the Dolphins means the Patriots would be between 5th and 7th seed. If they win, the number 1 seed is still in play for them. If they win, the number 1 seed is still in play for the Patriots. What do you think you think they can beat the Dolphins? I think the Dolphins are out now. So the Dolphins don't have nothing to play, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind beating the Patriots and, making them lose. What do you think?
Man, that's gonna be an interesting game, man, bro. I'm gonna go with New England 6-point favorite at Hard Rock, Miami. So if I look at the numbers, man, I'm gonna go. I mean, they're like 67, almost 70% chance of winning.
Right.
Man, Mac Jones has had a great. I'm looking at Mac Jones' number compared to Tua, Harris, and Myers. I think the Patriots will win by 3. It'll be a close game. The Patriots will squeak by and win. The Patriots need to win in order to win the division, right? Or how is the division gonna pan out? Because
they need a win and a Bills loss, I think. Right, and the Bills play
the Jets.
The Jets. So so I don't think they're gonna lose to the Jets. That's my first impression. I mean, I think didn't the Jets almost beat them last time, or they did? I don't know, but I don't see them losing to the Jets. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So you got the Patriots winning that game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, the Bills, they blew out the Jets last time they played. They put up like almost 30 points on them.
Okay, yeah. I thought I don't see them beating the Bills again, but what do you think? You think the Patriots win against the Dolphins?
Yeah, man. Patriots by 3. It's gonna be a close game down in Hard Rock.
It's gonna be a close game. Okay.
Yeah, even I'll go 24-21. I'm gonna go Patriots. Yeah, what's the name? They don't have anything to win or lose. They're just playing for keeps, man. And at this point, a team like that, the Dolphins could be a threat, and be detrimental to you as far as when it comes to the playoffs and getting ready for the playoffs, man. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it seems like the Dolphins giving the Patriots problems, especially in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, to me, I feel like there's a little bit of a motivation here. And you think about, even if they're not in the playoffs, there's a difference between going 9-8 and going 9. you have a losing season, whether you have a winning season. I think they're going to play them tough, like you said. I think it's going to be a close game. I think I'm gonna go ahead and still give it to the Patriots, but I think it'll be a really close game. It's going to come down to the wire, maybe. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins pull this game off. I think it's going to be a bunch of field goals, a defensive type of game. They're going to play Mac Jones tight. I think they're going to make him try and make those throws, and don't let him get the easy throws. Make him make the tough throws. So I think that we're looking at something like I'm gonna go a little low scoring, but I'm gonna say it's gonna be something like 23-20. Patriots win that game. So a little bit like your game, yeah. Okay. All right, the 49ers at the Rams. The Rams are 4.5-point favorites. 49ers have 5 consecutive wins over the Rams. Wow. The Rams would clinch the NFC West with a win if the Seahawks beat the Cardinals, or if the Seahawks beat the Cardinals, they still clinch the NFC West. So either a win by the Seahawks or if they beat the 49ers. The 49ers need a win to get in, or if they lose, they need a loss by the Saints to your Falcons. What do you got here? What's going on, 49ers and the Rams? What do you got?
Man, I'm scared of the 49ers, bro. Scared of the 49ers.
Scared 49ers at the Rams.
Man. Team like 9-7, man, they haven't beat them in 5 times in like the last.
Yeah, the Rams have won 5 in a row.
Man,
and they're not sure if Garoppolo's going to play or if what's his name's going to play.
Trey Lance,
yeah. So,
Flo, I'm gonna roll with. I'm gonna go 49ers by 7, man.
Woo!
49ers by 7. I'm gonna go. Shots fired! I'm gonna do a 21-14 game, man. 21-14.
21-14, all touchdowns. 21-14, 49ers.
49ers.
I tend to agree. I don't know though. The Rams are playing really well. I think they're at the Rams. I think this is gonna be a really close game. I think. I think the Niners are going to lose this game. They're going to lose, and I think they're going to have to depend on the Saints losing to the Falcons, which I don't know if that's going to happen. But they're going to lose this game, and then I think the 49ers seriously debate whether letting go Garoppolo or keeping Trey Lance for next year, and this pushes them to that decision. I'm going to say the Rams are going to play well this game. I think they're going to go into the playoffs on a high. They're 4-point favorites right now. I think Matthew Stafford's going to play well. I think this is gonna. It might be close at halftime, but I think the Rams going to pull away in the second half. I see this going something like, I'm going to say something like 30-20. The Rams pull it off. 10 points. All right, they finally cracked the 5-game win streak. The Chargers at the Raiders is going to be a huge game for this one. Raiders are 3-point underdogs. Whoever wins, they get into the playoffs, and the number 7 seed, whoever loses, out of the playoffs. Another scenario is possible. If they tie, they both get into the playoffs. If the Colts lose to the Jags. The Jags got to beat the Colts. And then they tie, then they both get in. Right. So that's kind of a big if. But probably the more likely scenario is that one loses and one wins. What do you think? What do you got in the Chargers-Raiders game? You got a tie going on? It'll be a tie.
Bro. It ain't going to be no tie, man. You looking at numbers, man. Hey, man, that kid, Herbert looks good, man. Eichler, Herbert, Keenan Allen. But man, I'm gonna go with my gut, man. Hey, they're playing at Allegiant Stadium Sunday night in Vegas
at Raiders, but they're underdogs. The Raiders are underdogs.
I'm going with the Raiders by 6, man. Raiders by 6.
Raiders by 6. Woo! Raiders by 6. What do you got? You got a score there?
Oh man, I can't give you a score. I'm gonna go 6 though.
Raiders by 6.
That is a division game, kind of like the division game that's going to transpire between the Broncos and Chiefs. I mean, it's all division at this point, man. And
right, this is it, man. This is a big game. This is huge. Hey, this is going to be a primetime game. This will be on Sunday night. No other game's going to be on. This game's going to be it.
The Raiders are not going to lose at home, man. The boys ain't losing at home, bro.
You don't think so? Somehow they'll pull it off?
If they going to win, they're going to slip in the playoffs as a 7th seed, man.
Woo! Yeah. Okay. Hey.
Sound the alarm. Because, man, I know we ain't seen Drew in about... Man, we ain't seen Drew in like 2-3 months, man. We ain't seen Drew since like week 7, week 8, maybe.
They were up and down. Sound the alarm for Drew. Drew, the Chargers fan. Drew, the Chargers fan. Hey, just say, hey, real quick, just for this game. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
They're on the road, bro. They're gonna lose. They ain't gonna win, bro.
Okay. So I think he's gonna go down to one of these places and watch this game. I may do a remote from wherever he's at. I think he's gonna go down to one of these places. I'll do a live from there pregame. See if he'll get on camera. Sound the alarm for Drew, the Chargers fan. He said he's going to go watch it somewhere. Drew? Bubba's Burgers. I think he's going to Bubba's Burgers or something.
Y'all going tomorrow?
That's what he said. He said he's going to go. He said that he'll let me know if he's going to go.
Hey, if you do a closeout tomorrow, I'll jump in with you, man.
I'll do a remote from a closeout. It'll be a closeout for the day and pregame to Chargers at the Raiders tomorrow night. Jake Montoya.
Man, we ain't seen Jake since like week 7, week 8.
I don't know. Put out APB for Jake Montoya.
We ain't seen none of them since before Thanksgiving. We haven't seen them since before Thanksgiving.
I don't even know if Jake's still alive.
I don't know.
He might have been disappeared. He might have got kidnapped. I don't know. We'll see. I have to talk to his dad and see what happens.
All that mouth he got, bro.
They out of the playoffs. The Broncos are out. All right, so you got the Raiders by 6. I'm gonna go with. I just think Justin Herbert is a better quarterback. Oh man, it's just the Chargers have been so inconsistent. They've been able to move the ball on everybody. Oh man, this is gonna be a good game, man. I'm gonna say the Chargers pull it off. They pull off the win. They're 3-point favorites. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 3-point. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 3-point game. I'm gonna go with 27-24. Chargers pull it off and get into the playoffs. Playoffs? Just trying to win a game. Mm-hmm. All right, the Steelers at the Ravens. Ravens are 3.5-point favorites. Steelers can still get in with a Colts loss to the Jags. And if the Chargers and the Raiders does not end in a tie, like we spoke about before. So as long as somebody wins, Chargers, Raiders, and the Colts lose, the Steelers still have an outside chance of getting in. The Ravens are done. The Ravens are done. What do you think here, Canteen?
Man, so the outside chance of the Jags beating the Colts ain't happening.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Man, so this will be Ben Roethlisberger's last game ever.
You think so?
This is it for him, Big Ben.
He's done.
I mean, that was his last home game, so this is my assumption. I mean, he's gonna make the playoffs. This is it for him right here. So
right, that's true.
Man, I love the running game from the Patriots. I love the running game from the Steelers. I love the way Big Ben came and played last week. Man, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. I'm gonna go low scoring game, 17-14. I'm gonna go Steelers by 3.
Steelers by 3.
Yeah.
You got to score at that or no?
14-17.
14-17. Ooh, okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be close, man. I like the Steelers, and I mean, like the last game they played on Monday night, they played a phenomenal game, man. I just hate that there's so many different scenarios for them to make the playoffs, which is bad for Big Ben. But I mean, it is what it is, bro.
Okay. All right, you got the Steelers winning this one. Hey, I tend to agree with you. I think that they're going to go out there trying to win this one for Ben. It's going to be a low-scoring game. It's gonna be a lot of field goals, I think, man. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna go something like 20-18, some weird score like that. 20-18. The Steelers pull it off, keep their playoff hopes alive, and they still don't get in because I don't think the Colts are gonna lose to the Jags. But stranger things have happened. You know what I'm saying, Canteen? There's been strange losses this year, like when we got blown out by the Broncos. Anyway, all right. So the Saints are gonna play the Falcons. 3.5-point underdog for the Falcons. They got nothing to play for. The Saints still want to get in, maybe. I don't know. Are they still alive? I think they're still alive.
The Saints still alive, man. I don't know the scenario for the Saints.
I don't know the scenario either. I think the Saints are barely alive, hanging by. I think the Eagles and the Niners have to lose, I think, for the Saints to get in. I think that's the scenario. But they have to win this game, so they're going to beat your Falcons. Do the Falcons have anything to play for? You think they show up?
Man, I'll say this. Playing at home, Mercedes-Benz. Matt Ryan has had a pretty decent year. Cordero Patterson is good. Pitts has had a decent year, man. I think Kamara's back. Who's quarterbacking for the Saints? Is it still Taysom Hill or?
Yeah, I think it's still Taysom. I think it's Taysom Hill, but he
had Ian Book or somebody like that, man. But
yeah,
man, I'm going with home. I'm going with my boys tomorrow, man. Home team.
Okay.
Falcons by 2, man.
You got score?
2. Man,
I
like the 18-20 you said earlier, man. 18-20 you said earlier.
18-20 for this one.
Yeah, Falcons, man. Falcons will finish up on a good seed, man.
Okay. Shout out to the Falcons,
man.
Yeah, go play some golf. Go heal up. All right, I think the Saints really want this game. I think Sean Payton wants to win this game. He wants to have a winning season this year. He's had a lot of injuries. If you look at his injuries, he's had a lot of them. If you look, he's done a really good job coaching. He lost his starting quarterback. So he's had to do a lot of different shifting and moving around. I think he's done a great job. He could be coach of the year if they had had a better season. Win this game, keep their playoff hopes alive. I don't think the Falcons have anything to play for. I think they're ready to go to the house. I think they play tough. I think if they get behind, I don't think the Falcons really have anything to play for, and I think the Saints really want this game, and I think Sean Payton really wants to win this game. I'm not saying the Falcons don't want to win it, but I'm saying it, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be the Saints really need this game, and they're going to play tough to keep their playoff hopes alive and have a winning season. 24-18 Saints. That's what I got. All right, Washington football team at the Giants. Giants are 7-point underdogs. What do you got?
It's the Washington football team and Giants.
Yes, Giants are 7-point underdogs. To me, this one's pretty simple. I think that's just me, though.
Man, this game they just playing to waste airtime tomorrow.
I don't even know if it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be on TV, but
nah, man, they'll televise it because I'm up here in New York, so.
Oh yeah, they'll televise it locally, but I'm not saying it's not gonna be like a big game across the spectrum of.
Both the Giants and the Bills, both of those sorry games.
Wasting airtime.
Wasting airtime for me. Man, I'm gonna go against my gut tonight, man.
Gonna go against the gut.
Man, Giants by 3-9. 3-9. Be a short.
3-9. 3-9. You get a bunch of field goals.
Man, they wasting airtime. Man, I don't see nothing.
3-9 Giants is what you're saying.
Yeah, because who you got? Jones is still playing, but
is he back? He's been hurt. I don't know if he's playing.
Back. Yeah, Mike Glennon.
Yeah, Mike Glennon's.
I don't. Bro, I don't even. Oh man, 3-9.
Shout out to Les's team, Washington football team. You guys are wasting airtime.
Bro, I don't.
6. What did you say? 3-9 Giants. Or did you say Giants? Yeah, you did say Giants.
I'm going with
3-9 Giants.
3-9.
Wow. I think Heineke's going to come out swinging. He wants to win this game. He wants to go out with 7-10 record. Heineke's going to play tough. I think the Washington football team is looking forward to their name change on 2/2/2/2/2. February 22nd. The name change finally comes out. Les's team finally gets a new name. Word on the street is they will be the Admirals for the Washington Admirals. That's the word on the street. I don't know if that's the truth, but that's what I hear. Those are rumors that I have. And then there was a brief thing where they showed some stars. So I think that's why I'm thinking it might be the Admirals, and they're going to put stars, just like the Cowboys on their uniform. They love the Cowboys, don't they, down in Washington? All right, Washington football team, I'm going to go that they're going to win this game. Washington football team is going to win this game. It's going to be probably not a high-scoring game. I think Giants are they're done. They're more done than the Falcons. I mean, they're just done. Yeah. I think this is there's several field goals here that happen here. I'm going to go some weird score. I'm going to go 19-13. Washington football team wins this game and end the season. All right, the Cowboys at the Eagles. 4-point favorites for the Eagles. 4-point underdogs at the Eagles. We got a lot of injuries. We got 11 players out with the COVID protocol, to include Micah Parsons, Tyrone Smith, the left tackle, and Brown, the cornerback. We got John Diggs and Donovan Wilson are out sick. It wasn't COVID, but they're out sick. Jerron Kearse is out with a hamstring. Tony Pollard's out with a foot. Man, we got a lot of injuries, a lot of people out with COVID, man. I don't feel good about this game. What do you got, Cowboys at the Eagles?
Boy.
Man, I don't want to lose to the Eagles, man.
Hey, so here
got like 13 players out. But to be fair, the Eagles have like 12 players out with COVID.
Man, if you look at the numbers and stuff across the board, man, it's gonna be tough, man. As you stated earlier, you don't need to lose 2 in a row. You just lost to the Cardinals. You don't need to lose tonight. That'll really deficit.
I don't want to go down two in a row, losing 2 in a row.
Yeah. Eagles playing at home outside Lincoln Financial, man. It's gonna be cold, different environment. It's gonna be tough, big crowd. This is a division game for you guys, man. I'm gonna go 21-24.
Okay.
24. I'm gonna go Dallas by 3.
21-24,
man. And the only reason I had to change of heart because we had a conversation earlier.
Right.
Because bro, if you take 2 L's, then you got to play next week.
Right.
Either way, you're gonna win the division. But you need to condition you need to condition your mind. Your team needs to be conditioned that, hey, we need to end the season where they win.
Right.
Not 2 losses then win.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I can't go down. I can't go lose 2 in a row going into the playoffs, bro. But here's what I think, and shout out to Mark Holmes. He's a content creator for the Cowboys, pointing this out for me. But I think, because Gallup got hurt last week, right? Gallup tried to torn ACL. I think we're going to have to run a lot more 12 personnel here, and basically 2 tight ends. Jarwin comes back, so we'll have Jarwin out in the formation, because we used to run two tight end formation a lot, especially when Gallup got hurt initially, and then he gets hurt again. I feel bad for Gallup, but hopefully, shout out to Gallup. Hopefully he gets healthy. But we ran the ball better. We ran the ball when we had Jarwin and Schultz in the game. Against the Chargers, we ran it for 198 yards. Against the Eagles, we ran it for 160 yards. Against the Panthers, 245 yards. And against the Giants, we ran it for 200 yards the first time. So I think having Blake Jarwin come back and Gallup being out is a blessing in disguise for us. I think we can run a lot more 2 tight end personnel. And I think our run game is going to pick up, even though Pollard is out. I think this is going to help us in the end. And I think we end up running the ball a little more. And, the thing about a 2 tight end formation is that both of our tight ends, they can catch the ball. They're good at catching the ball. So they can become 5 wideouts basically, because they're going to be tight ends, but they can both catch. So it's possibly you can go from a running formation into a passing formation. So that's why I think that this helps us in a way, and I think we end up winning this game, and we surprise some people. And I think the fact, like I said, that Jarwin is back, we get to run more 2 tight end sets. I think that helps our run game as well. I think I'm going to say we win this game. It's going to be a close game, though, because I think the Eagles really want to beat us. And it's just going to be a hard-fought game, a division game, and nobody wants to lose their last game of the season. Even if this doesn't really change your placement, I mean, we do have a chance to move up if we win this game. But it's pretty low, but it's still we have a chance to move up. I think we win this game. I'm going to go with 26-20. Cowboys win, or 26-23. Let's go that way. 26-23. We win by a field goal.
3 points.
Greg the Leg finally makes a field goal. He missed some field goal stuff, man. I don't trust Greg. Greg the Leg, man. He misses too many field goals. All right, man. Hey, so that's it, bro. No one called in. We didn't have a whole lot going on. But that's it, man. We appreciate everybody watching on the repeat, anybody who's commented and do all that good stuff, everybody who's done that. We appreciate you, all our Facebook family, people. We appreciate you. Go show us some love over there on YouTube. We're trying to build that up over there. Hey, Canteen, you want to hang out after that? Yeah.
So if the Bills win and the Patriots win, the Bills will still win the division, right?
Yes. If they both win, I think the Bills still win the division. Yeah. They stay in fourth place. If the Bills lose, they move down, and the Patriots move up to fourth place. Or maybe third, depending on who else wins. But, yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens, man. Yep, that's all I got, man. So, but anyway, we appreciate everyone. Hey, Canteen, you want to stick around just hang out after the music goes out? We can talk in the back. So don't hang up. All right, we appreciate everybody coming on. We appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time. Let's Roll and Canteen Sports Show. Go hard or go home. Thank you for being on the show. We appreciate y'all. I'm going to start this one. All right.
Hey, the Chiefs play tonight, right?
What's that? Chiefs, yeah. The Chiefs going to play right now. All right. We'll see you All right, Canteen. Just stick around. I'll see you in a minute. All right, bro.